What's going on, Geekdom? This is Shamuk. We're going to be doing the review over together. I watched it this past Saturday, and yeah, definitely an interesting film. There is going to be spoilers regarding it because the stuff I want to talk about, I'm gonna have to spoil. So there's gonna be some spoils, especially for the ending. So if you don't want to know what's happened at the ending, stuff like that. Hey, thank y'all for hopping on. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all a lot. But yeah, it's definitely gonna. I'm gonna try to let y'all know exactly too when it comes to when I'm about to spoil it. So if you want to just stick to when I'm about to spoil some stuff, hey, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I do appreciate you. But the story is about a couple. They move to the country like it's any horror. For some reason they move to a new house, stuff happens. But yeah, they move to the countryside. They are having trouble with their relationship. It's very apparent, especially after a party that they were at. Dave Franco's character. Let me look up the characters' names. I forgot what their names were. I was like Dave Franco's character, but Tim. It's Tim and Miller. Yeah, Tim. He didn't reciprocate to the, I guess, offer. I won't just say it like that from Millie, as far as just being married and being together, even though they didn't have a ring or anything like that. But they moved to the countryside. They're trying to work out their relationship. They both have separate goals and interests, but they also have their own separate hangups. I think it's more focused on Tim's hangups though, of what he is lacking as far as just their relationship and stuff goes. That plays some parts to their relationship, especially with how he views himself and how he feels when it comes to the dynamics of being trapped and stuff. Yeah, but they end up hiking in this woods. Like, it's not too many homes and stuff around. They fall into this hole, and it was a cave. They spend the night in the cave because it's raining and stuff. So they try to wait out the rain, and you know, strange stuff started happening once they get out and try to live their lives. Normally, it's things are not going well for them. Now, for Tim, he already had issues, trauma and stuff that he's been dealing with, and so this like amplified it a lot when it came to him, and stuff that was happening with him. They just assumed he's just been going crazy because of his already past issues and stuff, mental issues he has. Um, but it's way worse than just old trauma from his childhood. They are being drawn together to mix and merge as one. So that's basically the premise of the story. It's a body horror, but I don't think the body horror was too much. They didn't really go all in to me when it comes to the body horror to really make it grotesque and disgusting. They had some scenes. Now you definitely see some scenes, but a lot of the stuff they tend to cut away from, where we just see the aftermath. We don't see the exact moments, and a lot of the stuff is CGI as well. It looks like when it comes to a lot of the body horror, but I think it worked. It definitely worked. Some stuff didn't make sense when it came to that portion of the body horror, but I was like, I guess. But yeah, I think it was definitely fine. It's worked pretty well. It's definitely unique as far as just a story goes, and I think that that's what works nicely when it comes to horror. They tend to find unique ways to really just tell a story, because the story is still a love story, and I like the fact that it's a love story. But they go about it in such a crazy way. They do go about it in such a crazy way. With critics on Rotten Tomatoes have it as a 91% currently, and audience rating is at a 76%. It still passes for both. I think I would be closer with the audience rating when it comes to how I feel about it. I probably will put it at like at an 81% or something like that, me personally. But yeah, I'll be definitely more closer to the audience rating because I was like, it has a lot of unique and fun things about it. When it comes to the visuals, especially when it comes to the looks, cinematography, I think it works nicely. Some aspects work pretty nicely. I thought the synopsis of the story, the very like plot worked well. The things I didn't like about it was some points of the script. I think some of the script writing didn't pan out too well, and then some stuff didn't make that much sense. Like some things with the CGI, I was like, I wish it was more grotesque with it, but I was like, I guess it's okay. Yeah, I really wish I would have been more grossed out with how certain stuff came about when it comes to the body horror stuff. Like some body horrors, they go all in. They really do go all in to really make the audience, you know, really, really want to throw up in their seats. But this one wasn't like that whatsoever. This is much more of a cleaner body horror. But yeah, there's just some stuff with the script. This is going to be the spoiler portion because there's a major point in the the script that I was like, I don't know if I really agree with how that turned out. So this is going to be the spoiler portion. So if you don't want the spoilers, go ahead and turn it off now. At the end of the movie, they do form together. But I was like, it didn't make that much sense to me that they're willing to form together because it was their choice to do that. And what bothered me was Tim's character, he went back to the cave to see what he can find, any answers and stuff. And he runs across someone who was, well, two people who were conjoined together, but they didn't really form together into one. You still see the pieces of them, like both heads and one long breast, and you know, it was definitely a grotesque looking and scary situation. And that's all the information he basically had. He didn't have a lot of the information, even the little information that Millie had. Millie had some information regarding it's a cult basically as far as this stuff goes, but them conjoining together into one and it's actually working. And yeah, there was no information directly on that that he could have gotten, that I was like he's seen the stuff from the cult, I guess, but it wasn't anything for him to know exactly that they could have that as a choice and just form into one and it will work. Because what he's seen is it not working. So I don't understand why he would conjoin or have that choice to conjoin or try to when it just would not work. I know he wouldn't want to be something like that. Those people he found in the cave. I was trying to say like stuff nicely when it comes to it, but those people when they were in a cave and they didn't form together properly. So I was like, I don't know, and I was like, I don't even know who they look different from the hikers. The ones who was in the cave, they look different from the hikers. So I was like, I don't know if that's exactly them. It seemed like a whole different couple, but I'm not for sure. I am not for sure, but I was like, this does not look like the couple from the screen. From the picture and stuff he kept on looking at. Yeah, that's like the major thing that just bothered me with it was just that. Was like, why would that, like I can understand why he would want to take himself out, because that would be the only way he can really, but I can understand it's like, oh, I can't live without you and stuff. So I would guess the portion of what he was thinking was, well, if we turn into this monster, at least we'd be together. I said monster. Like, I don't know what else to call it. But if we don't form properly and we become this thing, I'd rather just become this thing with you. I think that's what he was thinking, but I'm not for sure. But it's something that I don't think I would have been racing to do. And I don't know if a lot of people be racing to do. But the only out they had was to sacrifice themselves, one person. But I think I would have probably went with that route than looking like what that couple looked like in that cave. So it's like, I don't know. It definitely seems like it's hard to believe on some portions. And then I feel like he was too like reliant on her to where he couldn't really do much by himself. Because there was a portion of the film where it's like if he was jealous, it'll make more sense on the portion where he followed her to old dude's house. And the thing he tells her was, I didn't have nowhere else to go. Like I don't know. I was going to say like a child or something, but I was like, I didn't like that aspect that they gave him when it came to that. Because it just makes him seem too reliant on her that he can't do anything by himself. And I'm like, I don't know how that relationship would work before when it came to that. When they're in the city, at least they had more transportation. He can get out and do a lot more than him being trapped inside of a home, you know. So I was like, I don't even know why. I don't know. It's a lot to it when it comes to the story that to me is just makes the couple seem selfish or makes the couple seem a certain way that I'm like, I don't know if I like that dynamic. So yeah, sorry to ramble on a little bit, but you know, just some things that I felt when it comes to the story that I felt like just did not work. That's why I was like, I wouldn't put it up the same as critics to that 90. It'd have been either 79, 80. I probably would put it in around that range. So I would definitely put it in the same percentage as the audience rating. But it still wasn't bad. It still wasn't a horrible film. It was still entertaining. Still was good. I enjoyed it. I was entertained by it. So, yeah. Definitely not the best horror film of the year, but was very entertaining. So I think people should go out and see it if they haven't seen it yet. But yeah. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. If you like this video, please put a like on the video. If you'd like to subscribe to see some more of my reactions and other type of videos, please do. Thank you all so much for jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please take care of yourselves and others. Peace, keep them.